Okay, so here, let's start with you. As I said, you and your person, the qualities may be interchangeable. So we've got double transformation here. So you are obviously going through quite a big change. Now, this can be cycles ending and new ones beginning. And what Butterfly Maiden is here is saying is that do not fear any changes that you are going through. So obviously you will be going through changes. Now, these could be purely internal, or they may have an external influence as well, or it could be, within your relationship. Just take it as it resonates. But she's saying that you are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. All right. So don't fear the changes that are unfolding for you at this time. Be open to tackling this, to going through this, because you are literally going from one phase into the other. So you're going from the caterpillar into the butterfly, and this is a very transformative process. It's a very freeing process, and all kinds of things, all kinds of blessings wait for you on the other side of that. Okay, so don't be afraid of it. It's completely inevitable and natural that you be going through this. It's growth, and you've got blessings coming to you. So with the Scorpio I transform energy, this focuses on all kinds of issues. Normally, Scorpio is associated with sex, death, and rebirth. And the sex is the rise of sexuality, and this could be the rise of that within you, or it's being renewed in some way, or accented in some way. Or it could be also from the death aspect. This is normally symbolic, as in the death aspect of something that is leaving your life, or some aspect of you that is no longer required, or you're just, it's like shedding a skin. You don't need it anymore, or you've outgrown it. So it's a symbolic death. It can be an ego death as well, certainly with the Scorpio energy. It could also just be a cycle shift. In other words, old things being released to make way for new things. And this can bring in the birth aspect as well, which can be a physical birth, but it's normally the birthing of either an idea or a concept or a new way of life. Sorry, or a relationship, as it were, or it could be the renewal of a relationship, because this is very much also about regeneration and renewal. So if you are only just starting this relationship, then this is where the this energy comes in, the commitment energy. But it could also be like a recommitment, or a energizing of an existing commitment. And this can bring out the sexual side of it, but also re-energizing across the board. So regeneration. All of those concepts are very much under the Scorpio umbrella. And it can bring in financial issues. It can also bring in sort of the nuts and bolts of how a relationship bonds together. So this is the emotional and the material resources. How are you going to put those together? All of that may be coming in. It may be up for discussion, or it may just be that each of you are working through your own things in order to come together, or you are rearranging existing structures in order to fit your lifestyle going forward. So very transformative. There may be some ego issues to deal with. There may be a bit of ego struggles, or just power struggles in general. All of that may be playing out. Also, sometimes things come up from underneath. So things that, could be suppressed emotions, or it could be feelings that you or your person has had, or things that have been suppressed within the relationship are starting to come out. And this is important, because what it does is it gives you an opportunity to look at everything, to rebalance, and then to move forward. But it's a transformative process, and it's very necessary and important for you. And you've got blessings on the other side of this. For your person, as I said, the birthing aspect could very well be for them. Maybe it's applying from them into your relationship, or you could both be going through this, as I said, some sort of rebirth. But this is saying Ostara is fertility. Now, whether this is the feminine aspect and you are the masculine, whichever way round it is, we've got both in us. So both have to be balanced, all right? But this may be fertility as in sort of the female fertility, but it can also be the fertility of ideas, or concepts, or projects, or a new start in life, or a new lifestyle, or just a fresh beginning. And you've got a new start is coming with the new moon. So this is definitely happening. And this is a clean slate, this energy. Clean slate, fresh ground to plant new things. And this requires obviously nurturing and growing and using all your skills from that point of view. But it's about starting new things. And your person could also be going through a new phase in their life, or starting a new phase with you in their life. And it's the beginning of the relationship possibly, or the beginning of you being committed to each other, or in a commitment, but having some sort of regeneration or renewal. All right. So this is, it's the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. All right. So for some of you, it may be applicable in the spring months or around Easter, depending on where you are and what is your situation. Your manifestations more than likely will appear, but it's an abundant phase. Okay. There's fertility, and this can be ideas within the body. It can also be just a fresh start across the board, which is echoed by the new moon, as I said. So with the Pisces, I believe this is about having faith. So your person needs to have faith. They need to believe, and their belief systems, or what they are prescribing to from a spirituality perspective, may be also going through a rebirth or some sort of change. So all of that, it's about the belief in the divine, in God. All of those concepts come in, but also healing, deep healing, as I said, comes in with the Piscean energy. And this can also be resolution of things. So the ending of old cycles and the beginning of new ones, and the resolution of things that have been a problem or difficult. And this can be behavior patterns. It can be addictions of all sorts. It can also be self-defeating behavior. And this can be like self-sabotage, or just lack of confidence, or fearful problems, fears rising up, which then inhibit them from moving forward. And as I said, for you, this may also be reflected for you, because this is about tackling, not letting those fears hold you back so that you can transform. So this is going to be echoed for them. It's also the twin flame or soulmate card, this as well. So that may be coming in for you. Twin flames are very rare, very rare. So it's just a very deep bond. There's this deep connection. They may be waking up to this. They may be realizing that they have this with you. And it's how you're going to use that beautiful energy to move forward. All right. But it's also about, they may be in sort of retreat mode at the moment. They may be just in a quiet space, because they need to be to plant this new ground, to actually fertilize this new ground with what they're going to plant. And this, they could be contemplating things with you as well, how you're going to move forward and so on. So they could just be a bit quiet and withdrawn for a while. But it also deals with all things in the unconscious, as I said. So they could be remembering past lives with you. They could be getting spiritual downloads at this time. They could be channeling. They could be getting insights. They could be seeing things very differently than what they have before. They could be resolving issues with past relationships. The pair of you could be working on past life issues. As I said, karmic things like that do come up, karmic issues which you and your person are contracted to deal with in this lifetime. So all of these things can be coming in, but they just may be going through a little bit of a contemplative phase, and there could be the urge to just get away and have some peace and quiet while they do this meditative, going through sifting and sorting and understanding things, getting deeper understanding. But there's a new phase of fertility coming in there. Then for the current situation, we've got Uranus Genius, which in this deck can sometimes be the Tower. So, but this indicates, again, as growth. This is change. This is necessary change. It can be very sudden. It can be very quick, very abrupt in some cases. But it's there to propel this relationship forward. So this could be one or either of you, or both of you, could be liberating yourselves from something, or a situation, or a lifestyle, whatever it may be, which is past now. In other words, it's no longer suiting you. You've outgrown it. It's become outdated, or you are simply moving into a new phase, shutting down an old cycle and moving into a new one. And Uranus can bring in this liberation from existing structures. It's liberation, freedom. It's the god of change. So change is inevitable with this card. But as I said, with this very strong transformational energy, it's about moving forward into a new sort of space, seeing things differently, looking at things differently. This can be a very strong realization or perception shift. In other words, something really sinks in now. You're both of you, or either of you, are seeing something very, very clearly now. Or it could just be a sudden realization about a situation that's unfolding currently. It can also be the rising up of the genius within. So this is a leap in consciousness. New ideas, fresh ideas, and you're planting new things. So this could be ideas for the relationship, or for each of you, it may be profession related, and ultimately that affects the relationship. There could be sudden changes with regards to where you live, the work you do, or just shifts within the relationship and what's going on around the relationship, your family connections. This can all be suddenly changing. Relocation is coming quite strongly with this as well. Just a landscape shift. In other words, you go from where you were to somewhere else, and it just looks really different. With this, the fairness and the mart coming in. So she is involved normally with legal things, but it can also be mediation, negotiation, any kind of decision-making process which is collaborative with others. As I say, legal issues may be coming in. This could be to do with anything, really. It could be to do with home, something to do with a home, and legal issues around that, perhaps changing homes, or selling and relocating, or it could also be some other kind of situation. But it's saying that this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. So it could be a number of ways that this could be coming in. It could just be a mediation or a negotiation in general. It could be to do with family issues, or it could be to do with where your home is located, or it could be to do with your professions, or something to do with that, or a business that you're involved in. So take it as it resonates for you, but it will be handled fairly. That's what she does. So what you need to do in this situation is just detach from being very set on a very specific outcome. All right, because everybody's needs and everybody's point of view need to be taken into consideration. And so put your case forward, put everything forward exactly as you have it, whatever you need to put forward, and then let go and let the situation be handled by the universe, so that you get out of your own way and you don't strongly attach to a specific outcome, which may not actually be the best thing for everybody or for you in the long run. The universe can see all outcomes, all possibilities, all probabilities, and you cannot. So detach, release your energy from it once you've put your case forward, and then let things unfold as it were, and have faith and belief that what is the best for all concerned is what will manifest. Okay. Now, in some cases, with this full moon, surrender to the divine, this is very much a Piscean energy, as I said, but full moon is amplified. So this energy is amplified, and this is the results of something. So this is the culmination of something. It could very well be this. Okay. So this is the culmination. It can also involve coming to a realization that forgiveness is required. It can also be coming to a realization that, you perhaps getting a wonderful result or a very good result from something, and gratitude is required from you, or you will be feeling, hugely emotional and grateful for what has come to you, or just very grateful for this relationship and for having this soulmate or this very deep bond in your life. So it's appreciation of all of that, but it's the result. It's normally the culmination of something. So emotions will be high, and anything that comes into contact with this will be sort of expanded as well. So whatever the situation is, a new start is definitely on its way. And between the full moon and the new moon is the period of preparation and getting things ready, getting your resources ready, planning, arranging things, and so on.